Man, I think we live, man. Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, Red Milwaukee 414. Back in the building, man. Another Tuesday night, man. At 7:30 Central, 7:35 Central. All right. You know what I'm saying? We a couple seconds late. It is what it is. Deal with it. But y'all know what it is, man. It's Sneakerheads Colorline Radio live, man. Another Tuesday night. Y'all see what it is, man. As promised, I got my peoples with me once again. We got Q. Q, go and hit your intro real quick.
What up, y'all? It's Q the Queen. We in here tonight with the lovely, the royal 40 bars. Man, I'm super excited to have you today, man. Listen, I'm gonna just let BX go, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Just know that.
Hey, it's your boy BX Rage. Follow me on IG. Go ahead, give me a follow if you get a chance. But I'm honored to be here to be down with 40 bars. You know, your reputation precedes you. You're bad, bad, bad.
That
So
is a good one.
it's a lady show tonight. So I'm gonna let Q. I know you're
Wait a
excited.
minute,
So
look, you coming off on the wrong foot now. Why it gotta be a ladies show?
I'm just saying you're excited. You're excited. You know, we talked about it the other day. You're really excited.
Well,
So
I'm excited because I'm amongst a damn good writer over here.
exactly,
Dang, BX, you're not
exactly.
excited? I thought we were all excited. Are you not
I'm excited
excited?
as well, but you know,
Excited.
we were talking the other day. Q is uber
BX,
excited. So
BX, you're fucking up. You're fucking
no,
up,
I'm not.
BX.
I'm not. But let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, y'all know what it is, man. As promised, man, I have the queen, the queen. I'm gonna be, hey, first of all, I'm gonna be biased as ever tonight. All right, I'm gonna be biased as ever. Me and 40 go back years, right? So I'm about to be biased. Anything that come off, y'all gonna be like, yo. I'm just telling y'all right now. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm just gonna be mad biased. I'm Team 40. You know what I'm saying? Yo, 40 been a part of the Sneakerheads clothing line family for years now. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking early days, right?
Thank
So
you.
this is nothing brand new. You know what I'm saying? This is family over here. We've been talking about doing this for almost a year now, and obviously we got plenty time right now. So
Today I got
we was
this.
talking the other day, and she was like, "Yo, I'm ready to do it." I was like, "Yo, let's do it." So most definitely, I appreciate you coming through tonight. Um, but if y'all don't know who this is, man, I'm gonna go ahead and let her hit her intro. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go ahead and get started. Forty, go ahead and tell them where they can find you at, all that good stuff, and we'll get it popping.
40 bars, aka the Queen of the Ring. You guys can find me on Instagram 40BARRS. I'm on Twitter, 40 bars Boston. My name's spelled the same way. Twitter, Facebook. It'll be on my Facebook like that. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's where y'all can find me. That's where I'm most active on. I'm on Instagram and Twitter or whatever. Oh, Roki Clothing. Make sure
Yeah,
y'all follow
yeah.
me. ROKYclothing.com.
Most definitely, I'll put that in the comment section so y'all can check that out. Cause the homie most definitely has some dope merch and clothing that she has been putting out. It's been almost a year now, right?
No, so all right, so that's because you got the insider. That's because me and you've been talking about it forever. But so I
Right.
officially launched February, but
Okay.
like that's insider stuff. Me and me talking about it forever. But yeah, I finally got it off the ground as far as like producing on a professional level. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Right.
I've
Right.
had some shirts printed up before, but just like on a consistent basis, people can order whatever they want. So
Right.
yeah, since February.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, man. The homie, the fam, yo, is one of the illest writers I've ever witnessed in my lifetime. One of the dopest. I'm not even gonna say female battle rappers, but just battle rappers, period, and an artist that I have ever witnessed in my lifetime. For example, when I first got put on, when I first got put on the 40, um, I forget what year that was. What year was that when you first hit the scene on Queen of the Ring? What year was that?
2011. I think I bet even X 2011.
2011. 2011. I had just got put up on Queen of the Ring maybe like a year before that because it was a transition. It was like you know, they still had like Rain and Matrimony and stuff like that or whatever. And I was like, yo, these females is hard as ever. And so when I first got put on a battle rap, it was more so I was more so liking more female battle rap than guys. Nothing against the guys or whatever, but you know, just the females, it was more raw. It was more like we could say what we want compared to guys would be like, yo, you're not finna talk about my mama, you're not finna be on some you know what I'm saying? But females, yo, they
tell me to suck your dick.
yeah, like it's you know,
Sharper
so
tongues. Like, yeah.
so with the females, it would be more different, and you know, like they would be more in your face. So all of a sudden, you know, I just started watching a whole bunch of Queen of the Ring. And they just really started jumping into more focusing on Queen of the Ring instead of like they was doing like Queen of the Ring and like the male version, you know, whatever. So
King of the Ring was in.
it was like King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring. So then I mean, you know, you got like baby Tori Doe. Like she still look like a child, but you got like baby Tori Doe, you got like a young Pharaoh, all that good stuff or whatever. But then all of a sudden this happened.
Ball babbling beast, cooking coke consistently in kitchens to cake cheese. Don't decide to disrespect my desert decapitates. No team, I bust by myself like I masturbate.
And I was like, who the fuck is that? I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. And 40 can tell you that wasn't even her best situation, but her delivery and her bars, I was like, oh my God. So 40, let's start off there. We've had this conversation a million times or whatever like that, but obviously not to the world or whatever, right?
Right.
When you first hit the scene in that sparring session, how old were you? Well, no, we ain't even gonna go there about the age, but you were still mad young, right?
You listening?
Calm down. Calm down, everybody.
Thank you. Look,
You know what I'm saying? But
Come on.
you don't want me
but
to lie to you now, do you?
no. But how did you feel like going into the sparring session though? Because I know you came all the way from the crib. You came from Boston. You from Boston, and you went all the way to New York. So like when you got there, like how was it? You know, when you first hit the scene or whatever like that. You know, being nervous. You know, going over your bars and all the good stuff like that. Like how did you feel like going into
To battle rap, right?
into the sparring session? Yeah.
When I went to the sparring session, I had battled on Grind Time before because that's where I got my start. Grind Time had I guess they had a like New England chapter, and I had been watching battle rap, and I decided like, oh, I'm about to go try out. I could do the shit, whatever. So I went and tried out. I did a couple battles on Grind Time. Debo had been reaching out to me. I was like, okay, I'm finally, because it was Grind Time was kind of coming to a close. I decided to go do the Queen of the Ring battle. So they lined me up with Ema X. And when I had went to New York, that was my first time ever traveling like with my friends out of town, like on like that magnitude. Like, okay, we're about to go out of town. We're gonna like book a hotel and stay there for a couple of days. And like that's the first time I've ever did that like with my friends. You know what I mean? I've been out of town with my family on trips, or you know, taking day trips back and forth to the city, but I've always coming back because New York's only 3.5 hours away from Boston. So it's one of those things where you can go and come back, but depending on what you're trying to do, you know? So for one, that was a big experience in itself for me because me and my friends, we took the bus, Chinese bus. There's like the Greyhound bus, and then there's the Chinese bus.
Yeah.
Greyhound bus is $60 and the Chinese bus is $25. So, you know, we took the Chinese bus and we went. The trip was cool. I had actually got some bad news on the trip on the way there. With my cousin who had rode with me. It doesn't even matter, just some other personal shit. Me and her had a really big falling out. But I know I had to battle Ema the next day. I had my material good to go. It was nerve-wracking going into the situation because I went with me, a friend of mine, and my little cousin. And we had just always had this whole like preconceived notion, like New Yorkers, like you go to New York and it's like, oh, these bitches want to fight. It's going to be this. It's going to be a whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like New York, like, you know, shit that you see on TV, whatever the case may be. So it was me at that time, my right-hand homegirl. And it's just like, yo, whatever happens, I'm go with her. Like, it's like that friend. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, we going to rock out and it is what it is. And I have my little cousin because she just wanted to come, period. And long story short, we had the battle. Ema X had some bars about, she said my kids' names in the bars. And the shit made me completely like, wait, what? Because where I had just came from in grind time, they wasn't doing that. It was more so
Yeah.
bars, like more so focused on the craft versus being personal.
Mhm.
So when she said my kids' names, like that shit like blew minds. I couldn't even, it fucked me up, you know what I mean? So that, in addition to me being nervous, you know what I mean? Me just feeling like all of that that was one of the few times that I didn't feel like the New York girls showed someone else more love than me. You know what I mean? Because Ema's from Philly. So it's not like
Yeah.
they gravitated towards her more. It was just kind of that's one of the few times I actually felt like, okay, my peers were unbiased. But outside of
Yeah.
that, I
Yeah.
still felt like this isn't my neck of the woods. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Right.
from home. I'm like, so I guess it was a lot of nervousness. And then again, I felt like she edged me. Not only did I fuck up with my with choking because she, mentioned my kids. Ema's material was better than mine. Like I have people who will say like, "Oh no, you just choke." Like, nah. A lot of her material to me, if I was watching the battle and it wasn't me sitting there, I would have gave her the battle, regardless of the chokes or not, because I felt like she had more stronger points in her material than I did at that point in time. And I'm okay with that because I'm good with my growth. I'm good with how good I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. So I'm okay with saying like, oh, I lost, or yeah, she was better than me that day. Like, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Some people aren't, but I'm good with that. So I've always felt like, that's one of those battles. Like, nah, she was actually just better than me that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess if I answered your question, probably a long and whatever, but
No. You good. You good. Most definitely. I mean, like I said, we've had these conversations plenty of times before throughout the years. So it's good that everybody, that is here with us, gets to hear that or whatnot. I most definitely, I done told you before. That was it for me. When I saw you battle right there, we hadn't even talked yet, and I was like, yo, like she is it. Like that's the next. You can't tell me nothing. Whatever, from the delivery, I mean, from the bars you spit, and even with the hiccups, I was like, that shit don't even matter. Like you could tell, you
that's
you
because
you
you
could
was
tell.
biased in it. A lot of
Yeah,
people are watching it. It's a regional thing. So if you're from New York, they want the New York girl. So when you would think, oh, because I'm from Boston, like, oh, she just from the East, it's nah.
yeah,
Boston and New York are night and day. We've been rivals since the beginning of time. So it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that type of party.
yeah.
So that's different because you was actually willing to look past and be like, and a lot of people were, I'm not gonna act like the whole world hated me or nothing like that. People showed me love and stuff like that, after that battle, despite what I felt the outcome was a loss. You know what I mean? I still was able to jump right in the ring right after that. We were
Right.
supposed to have a battle in between, but something ended up happening. I don't want to say she backed out. Something happened with that battle. It didn't work out.
Hmm.
And they just was like, yo, fuck it, no more sparring session. I can go to the ring. And
Yeah,
that was the decision that like changed my battle career. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
could have
yeah.
sat in the sparring session, did 2, 3, 4 more battle, like sparring like some of those other bitches. Like
That would
Bonnie
have been a
sparred
waste of
like
time.
5 times.
She
Like
did like 5 times, but you know what? To be honest with you, we gonna get into it, but it's a mad difference between you and Bonnie, and we've had these conversations before. Like Bonnie is very, her wordplay is nice, but she's very wordy. I guess she's very like, how can I put it, like library. She's very library. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't, I
And
don't I don't think she's mastered how to get to the point, to the punch. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
Bonnie's witty as fuck. I ain't
yeah,
gonna cry. Me and her don't rock with each other like that. Like I really don't. I'm not even gonna talk too much about her because I don't rock with her like that.
right,
But
See, look what
Bonnie's
you're
funny
doing,
as
Rev.
fuck. She's funny as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like you see her going back and forth with people. Her comebacks be like this. The bitch is funny as shit. She's
yeah,
talented on that
yeah.
level. You know what I mean? I just feel
But
like she takes a long time to get to the point when she's battling a lot of
That's a
times. So
fact.
that yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Go ahead, Q.
let's make this interesting. So just based off of the whole writer's block, group name thing, and then how you approach, kind of how you convey your delivery in the ring or whatever. Have I cracked the code? Maybe somebody else said this to you before, but I feel like I've cracked the code. You are truly a spoken word artist that infiltrated battle rap. Is that true? Is that true?
Okay, something like that. Something like that. I'm gonna be honest. I wish, like, I have friends who really do spoken word for real, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even on that type of. So I wish I could even take that. Something in between. Like I was like uh, a poet, you know what I mean, who
Yes.
was able to teach myself how to battle rap. Like I wrote music and I wrote fucking poems, and I think that's why a lot of people, like when I first came in, I didn't have like the natural edge that some of the other girls have, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because it was like I had to teach myself how to do that. It's a certain level of aggression that they want to see. It's a certain level of cutthroat shit that I need to incorporate in my material to keep people entertained
Mm-hmm.
versus normally my words will just keep that kind of situation going. So I had to teach myself that over the years, and I think that was the disconnect with me and battle rap outside of some of the other girls who are naturally better battle rappers. They might not be naturally better writers than me, and that's
Right.
not being cocky, but you know what I mean. They might naturally have a stronger stage presence than me, or have a more confident like demeanor, you know what I mean, and it makes their raps more believable. So I think that was the difference with me and a lot of people, is kind of something like that. Not necessarily, but yeah, I was a poet, and I came in, I was like, hey, that's something I can do, because I've always like wrote little hooks or played around in the studio here and there, but I was like, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
can fucking do that, you know what I mean? So yeah.
You have like this cohesiveness that you do in the ring. Like you'll start with the first round bars, second round personals, and then you do the bars after. You know what I mean? Like
Tie it
bars,
together.
there's certain things that just kind of let me know, okay, she's a writer. Like she's just not in here just talking shit. Like, you know what I mean? So that's awesome.
That makes it all the worthwhile. Like I be in here going
Mm-hmm.
crazy to write my material. It doesn't come fucking easy. Some people can sit down and write a round or two, or be like, yo, I'm about to just da da da. I've seen some of the guys do. I've seen some of the girls come like, yo, I don't even got my third round ready. You know what I'm saying? And they'll do it. Like C3. I've seen her. She's like, yeah, I kind of got a little bit, but I'm just gonna figure out. She'll go outside of me in a parking lot for an hour or something, come and have a whole round together.
Yeah.
That's not something I've ever been able to do. I cannot do that whatsoever. I wouldn't even fucking try. I'm just gonna go up there and take my choke on the chin. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not a quitting thing. It's just kind of a knowing your fucking lane. You know what I mean? And for me, my strength comes in sitting down and being able to write my words out and then break them down again, and like, okay, maybe I could say this a little differently, or maybe I could use this word instead of this. Like, that's where my strength comes in, not necessarily being, and I'm quick-witted too, make no mistake, but
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, as far as like battle rapping, it comes from like an organized like pen, you know what I mean, where
Right.
some people can just and it's hard for me. It takes me weeks and months to write for battles, and you know what I'm saying, it's not easy for me at all. It's not. So I appreciate that. So when people like be like, oh, you did like that, I was like, okay, this is all worth the fucking while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
You can tell you took time to actually put the words together, put the bars together, whatever. Because again, that sequence is there. And even when like you do your kind of like the tag team battles or whatever, it's typically you that's taking the lead in those. So that's how I know like you're a writer. That's how I feel, at least. I don't know if that's a bias or not, just based off of my fandom for you, but it just seems like you're the leader of the tag team, as you approach the opposite end. So could just
Look, I've been on the phone. I've been on the phone with 40 a couple times, and we've been over like before she's went into a battle, and she's giving me like four different versions of her whole battle, and she'll be like, "But I was thinking like this, but then I changed it because I want to do that." And so I was thinking this, but then I was thinking it's gonna be too over top of their head. So then I went with this, so I dumped it down. And I'd be like, I was like, yo, like
it's
you
true.
just, yo.
well, I mean, that brings us to the next point. Like, how do you prepare? Like, based off of even that, if you have multiple versions of these bars, these stanzas, these verses, so to speak, how do you truly say, okay, this is the one, and then this is how I'm gonna get ready for this next one, this URL or Queen of the Ring or whatever the case? How do you decide? This is how I'm gonna get ready for this one.
Each opponent, like each person I take, is a completely different situation. And honestly, depending on where I'm at in my personal life, is how much I have to give towards that battle.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm like, all right, I'm working this job and everything's cool, and I have times on the weekends I can write for it and enjoy myself, cool. But if it's also like, okay, well, I just quit this job and I decided that I'm about to launch this company, because I'm like that. I decided that I want to put all my energy into launching this company right now. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take the shorts with this, or whatever the case may be. And I got to figure this out. But then my stress level's on 10,000, and I can't really focus as far as writing. It has to do with, I have 2 kids. It has to do as far as how are my kids doing at a point in time. Like, you know what I mean? Is my son in trouble? Is my daughter acting up in school? Like, these things all factor into my mindset when it's time for me to write a battle, whether people, know it or believe it or not. You know what I mean? So these things, it depends on the type of space I'm in. Sometimes like the stressed out energy can produce like some super aggressive fire bars, and sometimes it makes me completely stagnant to where I feel guilty even thinking about fucking rap when I feel like my life is like this or something. You know what I mean? So it's different every single battle. It depends on where I'm at in my life at that moment, what's going on with me, and like that, every single situation.
Cool.
BX, I know you got a question. Go ahead. I know you've been itching.
Now I've been listening. I just want to know before we get into it. Like, what's the biggest misconception that people may have about 40 bars?
Talk that shit.
Damn, I don't know. Probably that I ain't got shit. And I really don't got shit, but let me stop. I don't know. Like, I don't know whether to, like, with battle rap comes a bunch of trolls and a bunch of people say a bunch of different little shit. And so, like, some of the stuff you take with a grain of salt, some of the stuff's just like, all right, whatever. But I know a lot of people.
How long have they been talking about you been homeless? How long have they still been going on that you've been homeless?
Thank you. It's just like, I got my apartment in 2012. Like, I'm confused. And the whole thing about that was hilarious. They never once like considered the fact that my ex-girlfriend told them that she was living with me in a shelter. It's just that I'm homeless. I'm fucked up. It wasn't like a fucking, well, damn, bitch, what was you doing there with her? You know what I mean? It was never nothing like that. It was never, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of those things. But I think, I don't know if it's like misconceptions, but I know a lot of people have said to me, like when they first met me, or they watch my interviews versus meeting me at a actual event, they feel like they realize I'm a lot more approachable than I come off. I don't know if it's because I don't know what when I'm telling you I'm as cool as a fan. Like, I'm a stoner. I smoke grass. I watch weird documentaries. I talk shit to my friends, and I like DIY crafts. I'm very regular, but I go to events and people will be looking at me like, 40, I thought you was mean. I didn't want to speak to you, or some shit like that. Like, I'm not fucking mean. You looking at my face because I'm fucking 300 miles away from home and I'm trying to memorize my fucking material and I'm about to go on here and I'm fucking nervous. Like, it has nothing to do with you or my bad attitude. It's like I'm in my own box. But as soon as they come to me, it's like I'm the people's champ because these other bitches are Hollywood. You know what I mean? So I think people think I'm mean or like some kind of like I'm a bitch or something. I am a bitch, but not like that. For no
I have another one. How has, you said like 2012? So how has battle rap changed on the female side since you've been battling?
It really hasn't. It's actually been sadly unprogressive. Like, it hasn't really moved much. When and that's no shade to anybody. Like, shout out to Queen of the Ring and Debo and Babs and Big. Like, they're always trying to make situations for us that they can, but it's not too many situations that you can make with what's given. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't see a lot of changes. You know what I mean? People put on events. People come, some people don't. The guys make more money than us. I mean, I know they have bigger venues and things like that too. So on a business standpoint, I totally get it. So it's not like a shady thing. But I haven't really seen any significant changes in female battle rap since I've come into. I haven't. No.
I feel like I said, I've been watching ever since right before 40 jumped on the scene. And I feel like female battle rap is the WNBA for no reason. Like, it should be on the same level as the guys, in all honesty, because it's a lot of y'all that are 10 times better than these guys out here. And that's fact. That's really being unbiased. I've seen a lot of females battle guys, but a lot of guys are scared to battle y'all. Like it's not an even playing field. And then the money situation, that's why I feel like it's a WNBA, because the money situation should be the same. I mean, the guys bring out, a crowd, but I don't see why the females is not the same situation. Me personally, I would rather see females than to be in a in a venue with a whole bunch of dudes. I'm sorry, like
A
that's
lot of
just
people say that, but they don't come to the female events, and that's no
Exactly.
shade to you, bro.
that's a fact.
That's no shade. It's just
Yeah.
I'm a very candid person, like
Yeah.
realistically, and a lot of people feel that way, and depending on whether they're able to physically go or whether or not they make an effort to go or not, it's always like that. But we definitely deserve to get more money than we're getting, and that's not to bash the leagues or nothing like that. I have seen some. Let me take that back. You say, have I seen any changes? As of late, I have definitely seen some attempts at changing the wage gap. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's never going to completely close. When I tell you, like we don't get an eighth of what the guys get paid.
That's a fact. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
But
even
you can still
your
headline though.
favorite
You can
battle
still
rapper will
headline a
try to
guy.
make it seem as though she's getting. No. Now, now I don't know how it's gonna go as far as like with this Queen of the Ring and URL and caffeine situation.
Yeah.
I also know that Queen of the Ring has always been a self-sufficient machine. They've always been a smaller, situation. They haven't had as many sponsors or investors. So I also can respect that's the same reason why we weren't as able to get paid as much. You know what I mean?
Right.
But as far as what I've asked for in a situation, I've always got what I've asked for. Do I want more? Do I think I can get more? Yeah. You know what I mean? Do I think that they're just saying, hey, no, you're not worth it? No. There's responsibility from everybody. There's responsibility for the girls to step up their performances to attract people to want to come out. There's a responsibility for the fans to come out and support the guys the women the same way they support the guys. There's a responsibility to the league owners to at least value us somewhat to what they value the guys. You know what I mean? And it's a responsibility, the whole culture, period. It doesn't just happen with one thing. They're not just going to decide like, oh, we're just going to pay these bitches more because they deserve it or whatever the case may be. It's going to be like, yo, y'all ain't filling the venues. There's not this many people here. On a business standpoint, Smack's filling Irving Plaza and you guys are filling this. Why would we give you what I'm paying these people when they're bringing this much more revenue? And I get that. So it comes to, again, the responsibility of everybody.
Good question. What are the elements that make a good battle rapper?
That's one of those things that's a matter of opinion. I think that's what keeps battle rap so interesting and timeless because it'll change with every person that you ask. Some person might be like, yo, they gotta be funny. Yo, they gotta rhyme every bar and I gotta believe them. I gotta think they're a killer. Somebody else might be like, I just want someone who's going to do word splits or I'm gonna respect their similes and their metaphors, and I like the fact that they have a different approach from a battle than anyone else, or they scheme better than this person, or they punch. You know what I mean? That's I as far as for me, what makes a good battle rapper, just someone who stays true to themselves, especially like if they know that they're fucking good at something, like someone who's able to respect the art of certain things. You know what I mean? Like scheming and word association and stuff. Some of these people put whole syllables in between words and think that's a word split. Like, you can't just fucking do that. Like people who respect the rules and just don't like reach and stuff like that. People who actually take time to perfect their craft and take constructive criticism, but still are able to remain true to themselves. That's what makes a good battle rapper. It's a certain level of confidence that you have to exude for, you know what I mean, the people to know that you're the shit, for you to believe you're the shit, and for, just for dope shit to happen for you. You know what I mean? It's a lot about confidence. Like, you can watch some mediocre battle rappers, but if they believe they're the shit, they can get other people to believe that too.
Right.
What would you say was your toughest battle?
For years I've always said my Norma Bates battle was my toughest battle because that was my first situation as far as someone being that aggressive. Norma Bates was like a gatekeeper at that time,
That's a
a
fact.
female that you got to beat to kind of be like, you know. And
Nah,
up
you
until
battled
then,
somebody before that. From before that, that was the gatekeeper.
Star Smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
she's one
it seemed
too.
like that's her track record. It seemed like when it came to Queen of the Ring, they gave like if it was somebody that they wanted to
It's a
transition.
respected thing depending on your level of ambitiousness in the sport. Star Smiles does not break her neck to battle rap.
Yeah,
Too.
that's true. That's true.
I'm pretty sure she knows if she wants to be like, yo, I'm about to do this, give me this plate, give me this, whatever, like that, she'd get that. And it'd be that because she's never really been like bodied or choked or embarrassed. Like she doesn't have that kind of stain. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Star Smiles battle raps when she feels like it. Like
that's a
legit,
fact.
it's something that she fucks with. She picks up when she don't. She's super talented. She like does wave caps and bonnets and all kind of other shit. Like she's on a whole nother way. She just, you know. So I
Yeah,
think it was easy to put her in that kind of position. Same, you know what I mean? Because she's not looking to be an active star, but she's someone that they can count on to give a solid performance, a
yeah,
solid battle, and to, you know what I mean? So I think
yeah,
that's how that happened.
yeah. I most definitely agree with with the Norma Bates. The Norma Bates battle was she very much was aggressive. I mean, she's always been aggressive. She's very talented. I mean,
Norma's
she
presence is like her energy. I've never felt anyone's presence like that in the run. People said I was gonna feel that when I battled Hustle. Hustle's energy was nothing like Norma Bates.
yeah,
To this day, you understand what I'm saying? Like Hustle, more aggression, all that. This bitch moved me 2, 3, 4 times through the battle. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, and I'm
yeah,
trying to plant my feet, and she's still moving me. So it wasn't the extra shit that she was doing. It's a certain level of just energy that was there. And Norma's energy was on 10 million. You
yeah,
hear me?
yeah.
Like
Like out the
for
gate.
me, it that's what it was. And I just that was always like when I look back in retrospect, like, okay, that was probably one of that's probably the hardest battle that I had to come into. I feel like some of my best bars are in that battle.
Mm.
But because I've done other things since then, like, you know, look on that, but I've had some of my boat like this fucking Manhattan scheme, this whole fitted hat scheme I did with the New York scheme, like just certain shit I felt like was fire. OKC scheme I did, like whatever, but um yeah, Norma probably was.
Your Nick Jr. scheme has been like regurgitated.
Thank you.
Maybe I mean we talked about this before. So it's like these conversations is like y'all just hearing this stuff. We talk like this is like 4 years ago we started talking about this type of stuff. Like that Nick Jr. scheme has been like that's like Allen Iverson's crossover on Jordan. Where it's like, yo, did he just cross Jordan? Like, so it's being regurgitated. Now everybody wants to, they want an Allen Iverson crossover.
Right.
If it's Curry with a 40 a 40-foot half court jumper, all of a sudden everybody wants to shoot the three. Like that's what it's been like when it comes to like your wordplay and what makes you stand out. To me personally, it makes it different from every other female battle rapper. If we just talking Queen of the Ring, just itself, period. But your wordplay has always been crazy. That Nick Jr. You did Nick Jr. against was that Star Smiles?
Yep.
So that was like your second. That was no, that was like
That's
legit.
my
Like it,
first ring
yeah, that
battle.
was like your legit first ring battle.
Right
So
after my ex.
it's ever since then, like every scheme that you did, it seemed like it was regurgitated. I think I was just watching that Couture battle and you was getting, you was talking
Tell
about that,
Couture,
but
she said that shit too. She said something, razor blade, something out nicotine. How the fuck
yeah,
do you say that? How the fuck do you? I was just looking at her like, bitch, are you kidding me?
yeah.
Oh man.
Disrespectful.
Well, how do
Who
you
was it?
think about like battle rappers like Couture with the props and all of that? Is that too extra, or would you rather just go head
To
to
me,
head?
I've always thought when Couture first came out and shit, like I've always thought that prop shit was whack. I ain't gonna front.
Mm-hmm.
But Couture in general is good. So it's like one of those things. It's like a hate love kind of situation. Like, all right, outside the props, it's not like she can't rap.
Yeah.
I just didn't like them. But she has had The one she did versus Official with the drill sergeant, I thought that was kind of decent. That was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Attention is what you've been
Yeah.
fiending for. That was
Yeah.
funny. That was kind of
Yeah.
fire. That was kind of fire. But outside of that, I thought it was just like, okay, well, I felt like it takes away. I thought in the beginning, I felt like it took away from the initial essence of battle rap, which is like, it's not about who can put on the best show. It's like who has the best things coming out of their fucking mouth nowadays. And everybody judges a battle with all these other factors that I really don't think should matter.
Mm-hmm.
Stage performance, the presence, the this. Like, are you fucking kidding me? How do you incorporate stage performance if we rap it in a fucking barbershop bathroom?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What if none of us can fucking move? What if we just rap it nose to nose? Who got the best performance then? Why does
Yeah.
that matter? Why does what's coming out my mouth? Why is that not the most important thing here? And the fact that that's not anymore in battle rap is what makes it not fun.
Yeah.
Understood. Now, my most intriguing question, I guess, for my own curiosities, how do you prepare with a partner? Like, you know, you have a couple of them that I know of. With Bonnie was
Talk that shit.
smooth,
It was
but
terrible.
E Heart was like, it was rough. It was rough. It was rough. But it felt like you were trying to carry her, but then
Bonnie was a
chemistry
lot more
wasn't there.
easier. Me and Bonnie, we meshed a little bit more well. We had we came up with more of a system, and like I said, me and Bonnie don't really rock with each other. I really have nothing to say about her, but I will say our 2-on-2 was way more successful than my second 2-on-2.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have, oh God, I would have probably, sorry.
You all
I would
right?
have probably preferred to take Bonnie again as a partner, even though I thought E-Heart was the stronger partner at that point in time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But do you
Preparing
got
for
like,
a 2-on-2, it's not easy.
yeah.
Huh?
Do you have to like get together and prepare? Like, how does that work? Or do you just kind of are you on the phone?
That's
Like,
how me and Bonnie did. And I felt like we were both a little bit more dedicated to the partnership versus my second one. Bonnie came to Boston and was there for a while. I went to New York and was there for a while, and vice versa. When me and E-Heart was preparing, I was living in Atlanta at that time, so it's not as close as I was to New York as I used to be. But I did go to Boston for a weekend because I had another battle. She was supposed to meet me there so that we can rock out. She ended up not coming, whatever the case may be. And then the next time we were able to link up was like maybe 3 or 4 weeks later when I again flew up north to New York to stay there for a week before the battle. We ended up going to North Carolina. So I just felt as though Bonnie was a little bit more dedicated to the win as far as us meshing as a team. Me and E-Heart didn't mesh so well. And me and her were cool before the situation. Like, we don't have no drama, nothing like that. We just didn't do well as a team together. E-Heart writes a lot faster than I do. So she was coming up with bars quicker than I was. I was writing slower, but I also felt as though a lot of her material didn't have a lot of substance or depth to it. So it was kind of like let's go back to the drawing board and let's add this. And then it'll be like, hey, you're trying to make this a scheme and add. And it's like, oh, no, I just think we should incorporate some word association or just these things like that. We had a lot of creative differences. So preparing for
she want the spray. She want the spray on every verse. Get the spray.
Prepare for a 2-on-2. I promise you, it has to do with the individuals. It has to do with like each people. Like it's good. Like if you spend a lot of time with that person already, because you guys are able to get along, not get along, or bounce back from your little riffs or things like that. When you're not that cool with someone, or it's just okay, it's kind of like, all right, well, we had a spat yesterday, so I'm probably not gonna call this bitch for a couple days, or vice versa. And then that's just time that's passed that we're being unproductive or things like that. So
Yeah. I never thought, and once again, we had these conversations. Even when I found out, like, you and E Hart was gonna battle together, I was like, yo, like, is that really gonna work, fam? And he was like, we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. And I was just like, yeah, all right. and and it was
I'm
just I
determined. I'm
never.
a Capricorn, so I'm like the most ambitious person in the world. If someone's telling me like, let's make something happen, let's do it. But it's not like E Heart's not good. It's not like she ain't been on
Yeah,
Smack before. So it's like, yo, fuck it. Why not?
yeah, yeah.
She's fire. I never been here before. Like, why can't we, get on here and bust ass? But I didn't think about it. Somebody made a really good point on my Instagram. It's like, yo, you can have two great players. Doesn't mean you're gonna have a good team. Like that's just what it
Exactly.
is.
Yeah.
Every team's not gonna mesh well. It's not always gonna work. And I think that's a prime example of that.
I think
You
like
know what I mean?
and just like you said, like I feel like for a 2-on-2, like y'all have to be like intertwined before signing the dotted line. Like a Farrah and a Shoney, like that makes sense. Whatever. Because obviously
Jazz
I mean,
Official though. Jazz and Official was they was coherent. I mean, they was cohesive.
they was
You got to
cohesive,
think
but I
those people that's because they're public friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be
yeah,
because they're public friends because you guys see them, they're in their pictures together, they're doing snaps and they're little, that's a legit. They're finishing each other's sentences, so of course it makes sense. You know what I
yeah,
mean? There was quite a few people on that card who are on the same token as me and E Hart. They weren't necessarily on that magnitude of friendship as the Bardashians were, but I'm not
hmm
gonna front. Those same groups too. There was hiccups and they weren't as good as the other ones who actually were friends or people who spent as much time with each other or lived in the same state or like Jazz and Official until Summer Impact came. I knew they were cool. I did not know that they were friends like that.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I didn't realize like, oh shit, Jazz being in fucking New Orleans for weeks at a time or Official advice. I didn't know. I mean, honestly, it didn't make any difference to me. I would have took them out regardless.
yeah,
But I understand now why their chemistry was so much more in tune than us. You know what I mean? That's not to take away from their talent as battle rappers and shit like that. Like I'm not a fucking hater or nothing like that. They're both dope. But me and E Hart are both fucking dope too. So
hmm
it didn't have to do with like, oh, we're whack and they're good. No, they were a better team together. You know what I mean? They meshed better together. It just it is what it is and it ain't what it was. Like they fucking they were better at that. You know what I mean? It
That's
was
a
fucked
fact.
up.
Cool.
Is there
Hey,
anybody that you want to smoke right now?
To surf. That's it.
Sir. Okay.
I mean, it's like that has been a build up. I don't know on purpose or not, but that's been like the build up for a minute now because I mean, between the different interviews of y'all being together, the few occasions where y'all have went back and forth, respectfully or whatever. Um, I honestly feel like it should happen, and I mean, I've seen you at your best against dudes, like at your best against guys.
It's him.
Yeah,
It's gonna be him. Whether or not he accepts the battle or not. Everybody knows
right.
I wanted my standpoint on it. The league agrees that it's a good match. The people want to see it. It's just gonna be a matter of him giving some kind of outlandish number that he wants to take me. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
I'd like trying to play it. My air conditioner is really cold. Sorry, it's cold. It's cold. Sorry.
No, you good for it.
This oh.
You know, there's questions in the chat, right?
Yeah, we about to get to them here in a second because they've been blowing them questions up, and I told them to chill for a second, but they've been asking like,
They get antsy.
yeah, they getting antsy because they've been asking bad questions, even though I was like, chill for a second.
We got answers for your questions, man.
Yeah, y'all just be cool for a second. I told y'all, man, we gonna get to them.
We trying to chop it up with 40, man. You know, get her talking, get her to stop yawning. We trying to get her to stop yawning.
We just at the 40-minute mark, but we about to get to it. We about to get to them
Okay.
questions for sure.
You saw when Chaotic came in.
Yeah.
You want the smoke?
Oh,
Mhm.
KK don't want this. He don't want it.
He
KK.
really does. All right, 40, we good?
I'm sorry. Oh my god. Yes.
Hey,
I was trying
been-
so hard, but I'm hungry and fucking.
No, eat,
Just
because I'm about
one.
to listen. Do
Yeah,
what
hey, don't feel like you disrespecting nobody about eating on the show at the same time because Q eats every week
I'm
on the
gonna
show.
start eating
Thank
right
you.
now.
Thank you. Because
Listen,
your brain doesn't work right if you're hungry. Thank
yes.
you.
Women, listen,
You
we
gotta
function.
eat.
Women function very well when we are fed. Okay, it's just
Thank
what
you.
it is.
Hey,
But
so for
I have one more question for you. It's just just a random one. How many bars on average do you have? Do you feel like you have to write per battle? Like, is there a number that you try to reach to be like, okay, let me pull this out?
Yeah, it depends on the amount of time. I do that. Depends on the amount of time for battles. So like a 16 equals about a minute.
How
So
much research? Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no, you good. I would say 16 equals about a minute. So typically we have to about 3 to 4 minute rounds. You do the
yeah,
16 times the 3 or the 4.
Okay.
And I just round up to the nearest whole number because I don't like odd numbers or uneven numbers. I'm just funny like that. So that's normally my, you know what I'm saying? I want to say like 96. 16 is what, 32, 32 and 32 is 64, right? I feel like
332.
that's
Yeah.
short though.
I mean, no,
I feel
that
like
ain't
that
96.
16,
Yeah,
16,
332 is 96. 330.
332s is 90.
Yeah.
Yeah. 332s is going to be 6 minutes of material. 1, 2, 3. 316s for typical season 32. 48. 50 bars for 3 minute rounds.
Okay.
About that.
You be going, boy.
Yeah. Start like that and I just break up in pieces.
How much research goes into your opponent before you battle them? Do you do?
The less I know a person, the more research I have to do. So when I get these fucking up and coming battlers and stuff like that, or the smaller leagues and stuff, and I take the what we call the no names, then I got to do way more research on them because 99.9999% of the time I haven't seen any of their footage. You know what I'm saying? Um, because I don't watch a lot of battle rap anyway. So if you're not popping, I really haven't watched your battles. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then I'm not so Hollywood where I'm gonna say some shit like, oh, you gotta get a bigger name before you battle me. So if motherfuckers
yeah,
got my money, I'll take the battle. I just gotta do extra hard to find out who the fuck you are because you're an up and coming person trying to come up. So I gotta dig a little bit harder or whatever the case may be. So to answer your question, more research with the people I don't know, less with the ones who's already popping because 9 times out of 10 there's things that common knowledge I can tag on.
You
And the
you,
fact
no,
state, you stated that a
oh,
lot of.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Q. You got it.
I was gonna say the fact that you don't watch other battles lets me know that you are like truly original. You know, because you're not influenced by anything that you saw already before you. So
No,
you're kind of like you're writing from scratch, literally.
and
Yeah.
that's another reason why I hate to because a couple times that I have like I'll be writing for a battle and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm stuck. Like, let me watch a battle and see if I get inspiration. Then
Yeah.
I'm pissed because I watched somebody who has a bar that's similar to something I was gonna say or something. I'm totally turned off from it. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I can legitimately say my dead grandmother on a stack of Bibles like, I didn't see your battle, bitch. Like, I'm straight. I
Yeah.
didn't watch it. I'm not interested in it. If we just happen to have a similar concept, then whatever. But as far as like,
For sure. For sure.
my attention span is short.
Do you think a lot? You stated earlier like the less known they are, the more research you have to do. You think a lot of the lesser known battlers try to get at you to make a name for themselves?
Yeah, of course they do. That's what this whole game's about. And it's not just me. It's just anybody who's popping. Damn it. Sorry. It's not just me. It's like, yeah, any battler who they feel like got a name going for themselves. Thank you. Anybody who feels like they got a name going for themselves, then I feel like, it's one of those things. Like, I know I came into this shit and I'm just like, oh, Farrah's one of those bitches. I want to battle Farrah. She got all these fans. Once I kill her, all her fans are gonna know me and they're gonna like me, and I'm just gonna be that bitch. It's just like a huge misconception. It's just like, bro, nobody gives a fuck who you battle. It's about the timing and the moment, and everything is more factors than just you winning. Let's say you got me on a small league and you took my head off, right? Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. You'll tweet the battle for the rest of your life. Yo, I killed 40 on the. They're like, okay, and
Well, I mean, you are the one that said you the reason why this shit is popping. You said that out your mouth, so that's why they coming for you.
It's factory.
That was the E Heart battle. The E Heart battle was You said that.
Yeah, you kind of said that. You know, I'm just
I took Queen of the Ring to a different level. E Heart had been holding it down for years. She's always been a vet, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But niggas wasn't in fucking Times Square until I came around. Like, come on, like niggas was still in the fucking Bronx and in Brooklyn in the gyms. Nobody was battling at BBQs and motherfucking BB Kings and fucking Urban Plaza. Like, cut it out.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
5 or 6 years into when I came into battle rap. These bitches were battling 4 or 5 years before I came into it.
For sure.
Cause like, let's be honest. Like, the only real like million view battle that they had was the 2v2. Was the 2v2 with damn. It was Funeral, Shawnee, Tori, and and Don. That was like the only million view joint that they had. And then
thank you.
I mean, obviously you're the number one viewed female battle rapper, so I mean, like you bang numbers like instantly and consistently. So even for a couple venues where you would not even be on a card, would just be like you could tell the difference, in the numbers. And
they never did those big places without me.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yep.
There was never no BB King's battle that I wasn't in.
I've seen a few battle raps like transition to like Wild and Out. Would you do something like that?
No. No, I think Wild and Out was super dope. I think Wild and Out was super dope for the people who do it because they're good at that. Like, you know what I was saying about knowing your lane? That's not my lane. That's not really like the whole improv, like whole thing. That's not really for me. I'm not like I get in my feelings about stuff. I can't keep a phony smile on the whole time while people are capping on me. Like, that's not for me. I think it's super dope for people who can do that. I can't do it. I can't. Like I said, my power comes in like me having time to sit and be with my thoughts and organize them onto paper. And hey, this is what I have for you guys. You know, some people are gifted with like, yo, listen, off the top, that's not for me. That's not what I do. So for me, I don't think that's not like that.
So you're not ever going pop. You straight bars for real.
Thank you.
BARRS. You ain't going pop. I mean, I could say it, which is always respect real shit.
But my music is like polar opposite of like battle rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The songs I make, I'm gonna drop a visual this week. There's a couple freestyles I got, I think.
Yo, the Team 40 week be crazy, first of all. And you know there it's one record that 40 put out eons ago that she know that I like, but she can't stand it. She can't stand it. Cause she could tell that she's literally reading off paper. That, you know what I'm saying? It's one of like her first records that she actually ever put out. And it's actually still to this day one of my most favorite records that she ever did, but she can't stand it. But that's crazy because a lot of writers or a lot of artists normally are like that, where they'd be like, I can't stand that record, and it'd be like the most popping one to me personally. Like, I like that early shit.
That's one like
what is that? We gonna turn it up?
Nah, it wasn't that one. It It wasn't that one. It was remember you told me you was like, yo, I can't stand that record because I was reading off the paper the whole time. It was it was one of the first records you did, and uh um it was the love record joint.
Yep. I think it's like a sample to "I Can't Make You Love Me" or something like
Yeah,
that.
yep, that's it.
I
And he was like,
know what
I
that's
was writing the
about.
whole time. He was like, I was reading the whole time. He was like, I can't stand that because I was reading the whole time off the paper.
That
Yeah.
reminds me, there was another golden question I wanted to ask. You know, why do you think that it's so hard for battle rappers to write songs, like solid songs, not just a song in general, but just
I think
solid songs?
that's a misconception. I feel like there's way more battle rappers who make bomb ass music than don't. I think that's a misconception that's been just carried over from years, from like, are the people who lay the groundworks for the battle rap shit. I think they couldn't make songs because they were too backpack rappy, or
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, not necessarily commercial appeal. But when I'm not gonna front, like, some of these motherfuckers got some fire ass music, like Suge makes bomb music, T Top makes bomb music, fucking like Briz makes good music. I've heard a lot of these, like, and as far as the chicks, Don Lady makes bomb music, Tori Doe makes bomb motherfucking music. You know what I'm saying? Some of these, oh, and I'm gonna be honest, some people actually make music that I've seen a lot of people say is fire that I might not necessarily be a fan of. Not saying that's not good. It's not my cup of tea, but you can still hear like, okay, that's a quality song. Like, I see you. You know what I mean? Versus, so I feel like that's just one of those old myths that die hard. Like, battle rappers can't make music.
And I think I'm coming from just kind of some of the previous experiences we've had with like a J Mills, like a what was the Chinese
Those are
cat?
like our ancestors.
Jen.
Look,
Jin, yeah.
Jen,
Jin, yeah.
those are like our battle rap ancestors if you think about it.
Yeah. In fact,
Those are our battle rap ancestors.
yeah.
They fucked it up for us because of them and their mediocre music.
Yeah.
You're right. These motherfuckers. But you got to think, one of the greatest battle rappers of all time makes music. That's Eminem. Like,
Yeah.
he makes bomb music.
Can't
I'm
argue
a
that.
diehard Eminem.
Hey, that's what's up.
Hey, shout out to No Limit War Gaming. He says, you ever hear of China BBM from Philadelphia? I never heard of that before. You ever heard of
Who?
whoever that is? China BBM from Philly?
I know. Wait, I know a girl named China from Philly who's fucking fire, but I don't know if her name's BBM. She's like, I fuck with her hard body. Like, she's seen 40 and everything, but I don't know if it's BBM. Her name's definitely China. Her name is Chinky No, her name's Chinky Savage, right? On Instagram.
No Limit, you still in there? Make sure, like, let me know
I
again
think
for
her name's
sure.
like Chinky Savage. I don't know if that's the same person.
Oh no.
I'm a little
And
high.
then
Like China
everybody's
Jesus. Y'all
saying
stupid.
everybody's saying the 40 verse Bonnie was the first 1 mil view. Is you know for sure? Is that it?
That's
You and
true.
Bonnie? Okay.
Not on Queen of the Ring, period, I don't think.
Yeah,
Wait,
I don't
on
think on
Queen
Queen
of
of
the
the
Ring, period?
your first 1 mil view on Queen of the
I feel
Ring.
like my first 1 mil view was definitely Bonnie. I'm just not sure if
Okay.
their first 1 mil view. I thought you were saying, like, was it for the views?
No,
I think
their first 1 mil view was the 2 on
the
2.
2-on-2. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then I believe it was you and Bonnie.
And I've
I
taken them all,
believe.
and I've taken them all ever since.
Yeah. And then I mean, even with that you and Bonnie battle, like it was, yeah, that was I mean, you destroyed her in that one. To be honest with you. But
Me
I
and
mean, but I
Bonnie,
told you before,
and
I ain't
see,
never been.
everybody, the haters used to try to say, like, well, your million view battle got Bonnie in it too. I was like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all. Then my next million view battle, right? Guess what? It was the 2-on-2 with Bonnie in it too. So they're like,
Yeah.
da, da, da. So I was like, okay. Mind you, nobody's paying attention to the fact that no other views resonate the same way I was like, all right, we just gonna let it ride, right? And then it's like, okay, well, damn, 40 pushed through with that daylight battle came through.
Yeah.
a million views. Then the Jazz the Rapper battle. Then the Tori Doe battle. So we got to think who's the motherfucking common factor. And that's not no cocky shit. That's because I always be keeping it fucking cool. And motherfuckers be trying to drag me for the dirt. Like, I lost 2 battles and I ain't shit. Like, yeah. Fine.
And it's funny because it's like, you know, like when you lost to Jazz or whatever, right? Like we talked immediately after that because I lost bread. Because I lost it. Because normally throughout 40's career, we always talk, and it don't matter who she battled. I'd be like, yo, you know, I put money on you, right? She'd be like, I got you, I got you. So when it came to Jazz, everybody was like, nah, don't do it, don't do it. I was like, nah, my girl, she gonna handle that business. I
My
promise you.
material was fire. I just couldn't get it out.
Yeah, and it was a.
He even told people that too. Like, that's why I fucked with Shayna. She said that because Shayna's the only person who heard my full 3 rounds for Jazz. Because I said them to her downstairs in the room, sparred with her, went upstairs, got mic'd up, and could not remember shit.
And then also like, because I mean, from what I remember, what you told me, it was a lot going on like behind the scenes before you battled too.
Little
So
arguments and like little like it was a lot of little stuff going upstairs and like I want to say me and like Tori had like a little back and forth, and then it was like a lot of little things going on, and my whole energy was just like, that's not to make no excuses because I already was like, right before then I had this whole big dress that fucking got, you know, I had a wardrobe malfunction. I had my whole first round was me practicing speaking in like a British accent, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
my version of like a prop, you know what I mean? But like my whole thing was to tell Jazz, like, basically, I'm the queen. How are you the queen if you've never led anybody? That was my whole angle with her in the first round. I was like bringing it to her, like, you know, Jazz, you've never been through anything. You've never been anywhere. How can you lead someone anywhere? You guys are going to talk about my struggles. You're talking about all the shit I've been through, but that just makes me more fit to show the people the right fucking way. Like, you ain't never been through shit. So that was the whole premise of that battle. Didn't get half of that shit out. Like, so when I watch that shit, it's painful. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't. I don't. But
You
now
know
what?
what? Go ahead, Brett.
Oh, one more thing, real quick, and I'll let you go, BS. Now, one of the besides the normal bass battle that was crazy. I don't know why you muting up, Q. We done heard you eat them Doritos all 20 weeks. Hey, no, hey, so you know the normal bass is one of the dopest battles you know we talked about before, but when you battle Tori Doe, like I know you heard this before. Like I know a lot of people think it was a mad disrespectful battle, but you most definitely had to do a little bit of research. But I mean, besides the bars, like everything about that battle was just like I felt like it was another evolution into your career, like because Tori had a name for herself, and it was like it was
she
another
was the Queen of the Ring princess at that time.
at that time, right? Exactly, and it
Listen,
was
when you
like
took on Queen of the Ring, everybody loved Tori.
it was like, yo, like I gotta come 10 times harder just for them to be like, yo, like, yeah, 40 got that. Because number one, she's from New York, like you say. You know what I'm saying? And then also as well, it's like
And she
she's the princess.
was their favorite.
Right, right.
When I came into Queen of the Ring, the only time, like I told you, like they weren't like that biased. I felt like my peers was because I battled Ema X, and because she's from Philly, so they didn't give a fuck about Ema like that.
Yeah.
My first ring battle was Star Smiles. At that time, Star Smiles was like this with Farrah Funeral. So everybody was on Star Smiles side. Farrah Funeral,
Yeah.
all the bitches, like that's just what it was. My second fucking ring battle was Norma Bates. Guess whose best friend that was? E Hart's best friend. So guess what all the bitches
Mm,
riled against?
yeah.
They was on that side.
Yeah.
Third battle in Queen of the Ring. Guess who I battled? The princess. Not the princess, the baby that everybody loves. Tori Doe. Dawn Lady's
Yeah.
homegirl. Everybody was just like, so it was always like, and I'm not gonna act like they was like hazy. It wasn't no shit like that. Like, but they was clearly not fucking with me. You could see
Right.
they banded together. The New York bitches versus I bitch you just trying to get in your spot. And I get it. So when I battled Tori Doe, I was outside. I remember talking to Swave Seva and I was freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, yo, Sway, everybody's fucking here for her. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's on one side. I was dating Jay Smooth at the time. Me and her even got into an argument because I'm like, bitch, why are you on her side? Why aren't you on my side with my friends and family? She's gonna say because she wants to look at me better. She wants to be able to see me better. No, you was too you was too afraid to be on my side because I was the underdog. I had my little 3 or 4 friends with me versus the whole league kind of on that side. The whole and fucking Sway took me outside. He smoked a blunt with me and he was just like, yo, do your thing. I'm like, who you here for, Sway? And he was just like, I'm here to see a good battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tori's a little sis. She's from Harlem. He's like, and I done met you a couple times. I fuck with you. He's like, yo, do your thing. And I was just like, yo, fuck it. No matter what, I'm gonna go in here. I knew the shit that I had to say was gonna rub people the wrong way, but I didn't expect them not to cheer. People were so uncomfortable with the shit that I said. They weren't cheering or nothing. And for me, it was I'm like, damn, it's crickets. I thought that was gonna hit. Nobody saying,
But on
yeah.
camera,
Bitch, you talking about
it was
abortion.
different.
What the fuck do you think they're gonna do?
But on camera, it was different though. On camera, it was like, God damn. But
It
you could
felt like
tell.
time was fucking stopping in the building. Do you hear me? When I'm saying like Tori Doe, she about to go where her son stay. It was like crickets.
Yeah.
Then one brave person decided to clap and motherfuckers clap.
Yo.
I'm telling you, I was just sitting there like, huh. Then I'd be watching that battle like, who didn't tell me that my bra strap was showing? Like, who didn't? Like, what kind of people are around me at that time? This shit was crazy. Tori and Dawn lady was talking so much fucking shit to me before that battle. When I promise you, the Queen of the Ring had an online radio station at that time, so that's where all the messy stuff used to happen.
Yeah.
And they do little interviews and everybody call up there talking shit. Fans would call like it was fun, but it was a little reckless.
Yeah.
And I just remember Tori and Dawn like they was trolling the shit out of me like, yo, 40 bars don't got no swag. We gonna she gonna lose. Da-da. And I got on the phone. I'm like, yeah, da-da-da. They're like, you ain't got no swag. You can't dress bad. Like, yo, it was just that shit, right? So it was cool, whatever. But it wasn't like like niggas was talking shit back and forth, but I couldn't keep up with them. And I'm just like, you know what? When I get in this ring, I'm going to drag her. And I think that's what made me like gloves off at that point. Like any doubt that I had, because when I had battled Ema X and I did my little research for her, I had found out, her father had passed away, like certain shit that you would use to say some shit to somebody or tie an angle to fuck with them. I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything about that, like whatever. So then when I get there and she said, oh, your kids got crack baby names, I said, oh, the next bitch I battle, it's no holds barred.
Wow.
And that battle Star Smiles, and I'm telling her I'm busting that little Justin till his mug looked disgusting, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, so I battled Norma. I don't think I got any info on like as far as like Norma's like talking about her kid or nothing like that. I'm just like, yo, I'm just gonna be aggressive and it's gonna be straight bars, like I'm gonna be in her face or whatever.
But you snapped on Norma though. You snapped on Norma though because she made you mad as hell. And you was like,
Norma
oh,
was disrespecting me when we was battling. She was all talking and doing mad shit. It was so rude, and I already was in my feelings. Like, if you notice, that's the skinniest I've ever been in any of my battles.
Yeah.
I was really skinny. My grandmother, I had just buried my grandmother like fucking like 20 days beforehand. Like I was on a whole like in a different space. I knew I had to write for that battle, but my grandmother had just died. Like I was just like, damn, this is my second ring battle. This is super important, but I'm in mourning. Like, what the fuck, So it was a lot. I was super skinny. I was super like not there. So when Norma was fucking talking and doing all this stuff while I was rapping, I'm just like, da 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 da, bitch. Like whatever. Like, girl, I'm not scared of you. Like, but
you was like, I'm about to stab you. I was like, whoa.
It was a bomb ass battle. And Norma's like Norma got good fucking energy. Like when you meet her and shit like that, Norma got like good energy and shit like that. So it's easy to like have a battle and then leave and have a drink or chop it with somebody because some of them are really legitimately cool people,
Right. Let's get into the chat, because I know they've been blowing the comment section up, which we most definitely appreciate y'all coming through tonight. First of all,
You had a ton of questions.
what you say?
You had a ton of questions that you've been ignoring.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? I don't think he was ignoring them. He was just.
Yeah. She, you know how Q is.
That's how viewers feel, though. They've been waiting to ask her questions.
We tell y'all
And
every week. Wait till the end of the show. We got y'all on the questions. Wait till the end of the show. They ask anyway. They don't care. It's like you don't even say it.
Before you go, I got one more question.
Go ahead.
How do you get past the audience with the oohs and ahs, and you having to stop and restart your verse?
That's a good fucking question. Let me tell you, I had to practice that shit because it will fuck you up. And if you prepare a certain, I'm gonna turn it to the side because I have to put my charger in. I'm trying to, but my phone's about to fucking die, so I'm trying to charge it. Can you guys see me regular at school like this?
Yeah, you're good.
A little bit. Yeah.
you can only see your nose.
Sorry, I had to turn it to the side. Huh?
You got a cute nose and everything, but you know, we like to see your head.
Look, let me.
There we go.
I ain't fucking with y'all no more today. Oh,
Did we lose him?
Around with that.
Just drop it. I think she should be coming back. Let me check out some of these questions though.
BX over here with the questions. So at the inception of battle rap, what exactly did you contribute to the culture?
So in 54 BC. There we go.
Listen, y'all not gonna do me like that. Anybody want to know what Q eating? That's the main question.
40, unmute yourself. You still muted. All right, she gonna go back out and come back in. Hey, but first of all, man, I appreciate everybody coming through tonight for sure, man. We gonna get into y'all questions. So if y'all was asking questions before, man, we gonna ask some questions again now so we can get into them. Let's see if she should be good now. There we go. Yeah, you good now.
Muted?
Nah, you good now. You good now.
Okay, sorry.
Nah, you straight. Hey, so a couple questions here. All right, you get this a million times, but hey, shout out to Made by Harlem. He said, "What about the fight at Popeyes? Was that for real?"
Was it, sir?
Hey, all right.
I have a low tolerance for like, all due respect, dumbass questions. Like, what do you think that was staged?
Right.
It was a hood rat scenario. They caught me, they saw me, and they put it online. Yes, it was real.
Somebody asked, "Was you spitting bars tonight?" I already told them, nah, she ain't spitting bars tonight.
Look, my eyes glitching.
Kind of weed you got over there, girl?
Yeah, these stupid ass contacts. I started looking to the side. I was like, oh wait, my eyes glitching. Hold on. I'm about to...
Hey, the Jada Ray versus Miss Hustle. Is that this weekend?
Is
somebody asked who you got with the Jada Ray versus Miss
Let's
Hustle.
go, Jada. 9 times.
And then let's see what else we got here. 40 definitely put the league on her back and did her thing against Daylight. That's a fact.
Billy.
Yeah, the first one, Millie, was the Bonnie joint.
Well, before we proceed, just a little bit. Can we get back to the question before her phone fell about moving past the audience and the oohs and ahs?
Before we proceed.
Q, what is wrong? Q's had it out for me since the back room.
That's my homegirl. My bad.
Go ahead, ask it again, BX.
Oh, how do you get past the audience and having to restart your verse when they go ooh, ah, and all that other stuff?
I practice for that. If I have a bar that I know is probably going to smack a little bit, which I don't have like big room rockers. I'm not like one of those battlers. So if I have something that I think they might stop me, when I practice, I'll practice and I'll stop right there, give myself some time, and then try to get back on, whatever the case may be. But you never know. Sometimes the fucking audience will react to your transition bar and will be quiet during the punch. Like, really? Y'all like that? Really? So sometimes it's not foolproof, but for the most part, like things that you have an idea that's going to hit or whatever, like you practice, like the space in between and the get back.
Okay.
What about another one? Shout out to the guy 619. He said, 40, would you ever want to battle Rum Nitty or Twerk, New Jersey Twerk?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, no, not really. I'm not like, I don't.
So the only guy that you're really interested in right now is just Sue Surf. That's it. Okay.
Yep.
Back to BS question. How does it go?
Y'all ain't up like this.
Hey, if y'all got any more questions, man, throw them in the chat, man, for real. So before we get up out of here. 40, another one. Hey, another one.
Oh, one more time. I swear.
Hey, another one real quick, fam. So as far as the Queen of the Ring situation though, like, is there, I mean, it seems like you battle everybody, to be honest with you. Like, there is nobody like else that you could really battle that is really worthy.
Thank you.
So, and then, well, yeah, and somebody did ask that earlier. They was like, would you battle Official?
Of course, I'll battle Official. Me and Official was supposed to battle a few times, but then it's like there's only so many great battles left in female battle history. So it's kind of one of those things like, we try to stretch it out, and sometimes there's been other situations that made different types of sense in between. So I know she definitely is willing to battle me. I'm definitely willing to battle her. We just want to make some more sense. You know what I mean? It's no ducking, hiding, no politics. It's just like we just need a dope ass event to make that happen. So yeah.
Okay. And then shout out to Mr. Laced Up said, why do you think Queen of the Ring doesn't get as much love as KOTR? What is KOTR?
Queen of the Ring,
King of the Dot.
I know he ain't talking about, unless he just spelled it wrong. He talking about King of the Dot.
Queen of the Ring, right?
Nah, Queen of the Ring is QOTR, but then he got KOTR. Unless he's talking about, I think he's talking about King of the Dot.
King of the Ring?
Nah, because his question was, why do you think Queen of the Ring doesn't get as much love as KOTR? So I'm thinking instead of the R, it was supposed to be a D as King of the Dot.
Weren't you talking about it earlier?
Sir, I don't know.
He's talking about female versus males.
Sir, you gotta make sure ain't no typos so we know how to answer your questions, because I'm even.
Right.
But she talked about that already.
Talking about King of the Dot, I do not think that King of the Dot gets more love than Queen of the Ring. I think those are two totally different fan bases. Different demographics that are being reached. I feel like, all due respect to King of the Dot, I feel like they do their thing and people rock with them, and I feel like Queen of the Ring holds it down for the females exclusively. You know what I mean? So,
would you you rematch Gaddis since it was a one rounder. So basically, would you do a full battle against Gaddis instead of doing the one rounder?
If she wanted to, but I don't think nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
If she wanted to, we could.
I
I
mean,
really don't. I really don't like one round. I really don't like do overs because it's like, hey, I got my win. I'm gonna take it and go ahead.
yeah,
Like, why risk it again?
yeah.
I get it. It's entertaining for the consumer, but as far as for the person who's here, like, for what? You want me to put my neck on a chopping block again when I already beat this bitch? No. I'm just gonna keep it cool and go ahead with this win while I can.
That guy
But again, like
619.
if it was a situation, I wouldn't say no. You know what I mean? Like,
You got a good one from Tuberosa. You said, would you consider a quiet room battle?
yes, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thrive in a quiet room situation because I don't need validation from the crowd for my bars. They don't say I'm a strong performer anyway, so what the fuck do I need people in the room for? You feel me?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And would you I mean, you've answered this before in a couple different interviews, but the guy 619 said, would you want that rematch with Jazz though?
No.
And
Jazz beat me. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I just wish the public would be okay with it. Like, it's
right,
okay.
right. And I most
I got
definitely don't
like
think
30
she would want
something
it anyway.
battles. Like, watch the other ones. Shit. She
That's what I was
won.
gonna say. Like, aren't you like the most? You got like the most battles out of everybody, don't you?
Not even. I just have the highest viewed. Bitches
Yeah.
been battled 10, 20 more times than me and still can't match that.
And have done rematches. I mean, it's a few of them that have rematched each other like 2-3 times, but
Right.
I get that.
I
mean, quality over quantity.
I would
That's a fact.
rematch if it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Jess don't want to rematch me, so what am I keep saying I want to rematch her for? Look like I'm
Yeah,
thirsty. She
yeah,
won, she got it. I'm okay with that. Jazz is cool. I fuck with Jazz. She was sparring with me when it was time for me to battle hustle. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, bitch, I don't know my bar. She was like, yo, let me hear him. And we went back and forth. I fuck with Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. I'm okay with the loss.
I mean, they both literally said that they would not do it over again. So
because she has no. The closest that I would have came to doing it over would have been that 2-on-2.
yeah,
That happening, it's like, do you want to stand in front of the same person 3 times? Like the 2-on-2 was like, okay, we put a little spice in it because there's 2 other people here now, so we can do whatever. But ultimately, it is what it is.
I mean, it's only right. It's only right that y'all partner up on the next tag team.
Put me and Jazz.
Yeah, it's only right.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Well, I think a prepared me and like me and Jazz like in sync would be fucking amazing. That's not something that'll probably ever happen. Jazz has a whole squad. You know what I mean? The bar dad, like she has a whole squad. Like, and I'm good with that. I fuck with them. Like they all dope. Like let them do them. I'm good with that. I'm team 40 till you die. Like I'm good. But it's not something that's ever gonna happen. Which is cool though. But as far as like fantasy matchups and stuff like that, nobody could fuck with me and Jazz like that. I don't think so.
right. That's a fact.
Jess is really good, a really good angler and stuff like that. And I feel like I bring a certain level of chastising when I rap to people. So I feel like you know what I mean?
Hey, who would you? I mean, you know, if the stars would align, though, right? Who would you actually want to do a 2v2 with, though? Is there anybody out there that you would be like, yo, like
A girl
I would
or a
want?
guy?
And it don't matter.
Beloved. That's it.
Okay. And then let's see. Shout out to Patrick Moses.
What is that noise? Do you hear that? Thank you.
Hey, Patrick Moses said, aside from yourself, who do you feel is a queen of female battle rap?
No one. Because you can't be two queens, Patrick. Like,
I mean,
Patrick, what kind
cool.
of question is that? You can't ask that kind of question. Ain't no besides myself. It's
You should
me and
bring.
nobody.
That's a
These
fact.
bitches are princesses and dukes of Hazard. That's it. That's it. I might
You said Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
might
Okay.
give a bitch a fucking
Princess.
no. I can't even knight none of these hoes. No. I am the queen.
Tasha
And
Sims,
I'm
yeah,
the queen just because it takes a lot to be the queen. I'm gonna go on this tirade forever. It doesn't have anything to do with how many battles I've won or I've lost. It's because I am the people's champion, regardless. I'm always here.
that's a
I'm
fact.
involved in the culture. I try to move the motherfucking culture, and I uplift my fellow battle rappers. All these bitches can't say that. They hate, they troll, but it doesn't really balance out. It doesn't really balance out with any positive shit they're doing. So
Yeah.
they're not the queen. And nobody else is considered the queen except for me, Patrick. I'm sorry. I can't. It's like, who else besides me? But like, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the other queen of them all? Like, no, that it doesn't work like that. It's like, nah, Patrick, I'm not. Don't say my bad boy. I'm just being honest. It's all good. It's all good. It's like, ain't no other queen. I used to be nice and say like nice things and say, oh, okay, well, if I had to. And guess what? I'd watch these bitches' interviews and they never did that either.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started watching stuff and someone told me, if you don't think that you're the queen of the ring, why the fuck should I?
Mm.
So that's what changed me. If you watch my interviews early on, I never even considered myself queen of the ring. I always just paid homage to the bitches who've been here before me, and I just say like, okay, I want to be this, and this was gonna go on. But then it gets to a point where it's like, well, yeah, I'm putting a certain amount of work, and like a good source told me, if you don't believe it, why the fuck should they?
Right. All right, one more we got.
Don't ask Mr. Lake's Up's question because he clearly got here late.
Yeah.
He's asking all the questions she didn't talked about already. No, she does not watch battle raps.
No,
She
I'm gonna
don't.
start though. I
I
gotta
was
start
about to
because
answer it too.
Yeah, the
I was about to answer because Mr. Lane stuff been talking. I got plenty questions, but I'm like,
Right,
all the questions you asking though is like way after the fact.
right. She didn't talk about this stuff in detail.
you
He
gotta
said,
excuse him. He showed up late.
he said I did get here late. Hey, that's what happens when you come to the party late, bro.
thank you.
The lights is not on. You know, the last call, buddy.
I
Straight up.
guess my question would be like, of course you're on the East, I'm from Midwest, so maybe the culture is different. It's not uncommon for a female to rap, obviously. I mean, it's kind of a part of our culture as Black people. We just hip hop is in us. But what made you choose battle rap though? Like you don't get a lot of women, at least in the Midwest. It's a lot of us that are great writers. Got flow, it's a lot of legends from the Midwest and from different coasts. But what makes you say, you know what, I'm about to go head to head, basically as a career?
I promise you, I seen it posted on Facebook one day, and it was like, Grind Time is gonna be in downtown Boston doing tryouts.
Mm-hmm.
I I went from going to my cousin's house and braiding his hair and watching Smack DVDs and battles and stuff, and me and him arguing about fucking Enos and Iron Solomon, to me going home and watching battles on my own and watch like Misfit and QB and like Gaddis and like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, like these bitches are kind of fire. And I started learning like, okay, Grind Time's a league. I started learning the differences. Like, okay, this is a league, this is a league, this is a league. I was on Facebook one day and I promise you I seen a flyer for tryouts, Grind Time New England. And it was like 15 minutes from my house. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to go. I got like a good rap, I'm about to go. And I didn't know if I was gonna do it or not. Like, you know what I mean? I went there and it was about to close, and I spit my rap for the people who was there. And it was like, "Yo, come back, we got one." Because I was kind of scared. I was running late or whatever like that. So I spit my little rap to the dude. It was like, "Yo, come back." In like 2 or 3 weeks or something like that, we're gonna have the follow ups for this. And I went back. Chilla Jones was a judge. T Money Bags from Team Hami, a couple other people were judges, and I battled this kid named Maroney. and smoked me. You know what I mean? And they all said that, but they all told me like, nah, you're good. You just gotta work on stuff. And I just left, and my pride was just like, oh no. So, literally, after that was just on and running. But it was literally started with a Facebook post.
Wow. Okay.
That's crazy. Hey, shout out to my cousin, man. Shout out to Andre Mitchell. He said, "Are you impressed by any other females in the game? If she hasn't already answered this question, but are you impressed with any other females?"
Like new and up and coming girls and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Hey. That's
Hey, I ain't mad at you.
I'm
It's
not
I
gonna
ain't mad
lie.
at you.
I'm tired of lying. Like,
yeah.
you guys
For
ever
sure.
just tired of lying? Like, I'm just tired of lying. Like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that they're not good. It means, for one, I'm not as in tune as other people. So, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Bitches could definitely have dope bodies of work that I haven't saw. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For two, the things that I have saw, I've seen a lot of girls who's like have good potential, but as far as impressed, as far as like, damn, this bitch got star power,
Mm-hmm.
no, I ain't seen that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And three, it's just like, I'm at a point in my career where I'm sorry, like people probably ain't gonna like the new me, but I'm not giving none of these bitches props for shit. Like straight
Yeah.
like that. I'm sorry.
That's
I think
fair.
I'm cute now. I got a new little wig. My makeup's together. I'm not giving these bitches props for shit. These bitches, they all suck. They're all trash. You know, something.
Hey, but that's real though. Like you said though, it's been
This
plenty.
is
It's
not
been
really mean that
plenty.
inside though. I'm just trying to keep it politically correct. I just said I was tired of lying, but I'm still lying. Like, okay, like whatever. But no,
It's
seriously.
been plenty. It's been plenty years where you've been like, "Yo, she's dope," and then like you said though, you turn around and they be like, "Yo, 40 ain't shit."
Thank you. Like that's it. That's it. Everybody's trash.
So I ain't mad at you for real. I ain't mad at you.
There's some chicks, I ain't gonna front, all jokes aside, there's like some chicks that's coming up, like the newer class that I've seen have done, like, oh, I've seen a battle from them or two, whatever, that I thought was fire. I don't know if I've watched anyone consistently or if anyone's even had enough consistent work for me to say like, oh, they're
Yeah.
next up or this person could be like that. So I think a
I
lot of
don't
the new
feel.
girls lack star power. I
I
haven't
don't
seen a
feel.
star in the newer classes.
I don't feel
I,
like nobody like past your class has had that it factor. Like your class and
they
beforehand,
haven't.
it's like after your class, it hasn't been like it's like your class, your group of people that
There's
came
no more
in. It's like
40
the
bars. There's no more Shayna Ashleys. There's no more
yeah,
Farrah Fugros. There's no more like
yeah,
these bitches that like, regardless if you hate or love them, they're stars in their own right. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like she was that bitch, or we know her for this, or like I came in watching her, or this. There's not like doesn't mean that there's not no new bitches that can rap. Make no
hmm
mistake, there's a lot of new bitches that can rap. But do a lot of them possess the whole package?
right.
No. No. Some of them do. And, if I've told you that you're good and you see this interview, you feel away, then bitch, I wasn't talking about you. But outside of that,
So you saying a new class is some hot Cheeto eating, Air Jordan
I feel
wearing,
like
so
I feel
leaning
like
sideways.
I feel like I might be missing a person or two, like an exception. So I always want to be careful not saying everybody. I'm really big on shit like that. So I won't say everybody or the whole new class, but I feel like I personally haven't seen anything that makes me want to be like, oh my God, I'm excited about battle rap again. No. I
Every
ain't
time
seen
I've
none of
seen
that
a
from the old
marquee,
bitches either. But since we're talking about the
right?
new bitches, no.
Right. For sure.
No. I ain't saying I've done anything that makes motherfuckers want to change. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
I've seen them, but no, since we're talking about the new bitches, no, not
I ain't
really.
seen I ain't seen nobody. I ain't seen nobody. Like May
Either.
from Harlem said, my verse is all right. My verse isn't new though. My verse most definitely isn't new.
My verse has definitely been out in the battle rap community more than most of us. My
Yeah,
verse is fire, but she's not new. So what
she's
is this
not new at
conversation?
all. Yeah, she's not new at all.
Not
Like
new.
what do
My
we
verse
have?
has been a
You gotta think of
respected
it.
figure in the battle culture for a while before she even jumped back into the fucking battle
Right.
circuit. She was judging battles and fucking. My verse is hip hop for real. Like I
You
don't know if
can't
motherfuckers,
you
but
can't be
that
brand
bitch
new and then
is
all of a
hip
sudden
hop
you
for
on.
real. She like
Yeah, that's a
B-boy
fact.
dances, spray paints,
Yeah.
rollerblades. Like this bitch does every fucking thing. All the elements of hip hop. My verse knows them.
Yeah,
Y'all
that's a
gotta holler
fact.
at her for the real hip hop knowledge, cause she knows.
That's a fact. Like
Mm.
She's
you don't
talented.
go. Yeah, yeah. Cause you don't go from like being brand new to all of a sudden you on wilding out. Like she been around for a minute. Like that's not So if you do your
And my
research, you'll see
verse's
she been around.
grind is stellar.
Yeah,
That bitch posts more content than anybody in battle rap. Do you
Mm.
understand me? And it's
yeah.
quality content. It's not
Hmm.
bullshit. Her pictures are fucking clean. She's shooting nice videos. She's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like she's on
Yeah,
her fucking job. Like when you click on Instagram and you scroll past and she's in your feed, it's like, okay, bitch, check that. I'm always liking her shit.
yeah,
You ain't got no choice but to like it. The picture looks good, and if you're not a hater, you gotta like the picture.
Absolutely.
There you go, sis. Fire sign, hard eyes. There you go. Because you know what? She's always on her job. So her
yeah,
being on Wild and Out and stuff like that, my verse is good at that though. Like if
yeah,
you kick it with her or you meet her on like a dated like a situation, you like, yo, what's going on? Like, yo, let's have a cipher. That bitch is ready. Me, I'm gonna be like, I'm not rapping. The
Mm.
fuck? I no. I got no. 40 bars or not, I ain't got 2 bars, okay? My verse
yeah,
is going to have a verse. She's gonna have it. And she's gonna rap. The bitch might even bust out a beat on the concrete for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
she lives this shit. So I'm not surprised that they picked her for Wildin' Out. I'm not surprised that she's verified. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm proud of her and I'm happy for her because she works really hard. And she's a humble being. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for the most part, she's one of those people that you can kick it with, and she's not like funny style. So I fuck with her. So, but she's not a newcomer. So I wouldn't have
Not
the
at
same
all.
conversation as far as like, you know what I mean?
And we're gonna run through like 3 more and then we're gonna close it out for the night, man. Hold on,
Let's do it.
BX. Hold on, BX. Let me get that guy 619 in real quick. He said, I know 40 dresses up a lot in her battles, but since this is Sneakerheads clothing, does she have a favorite sneaker? You know we was gonna get to it.
Oh God, I do have a favorite sneaker. I do have a favorite sneaker, and it's I think they're called the Bread 11s.
Okay.
But I don't have them.
Yeah.
That's all right. We all get them.
I want those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got $2 in my Cash App so I can get some. How much do they cost? Every time I ask C3 to get those sneakers for me, C3's a really big sneakerhead, right?
Yeah, she
Every
is,
time I
yeah.
ask him, like, yo, Celise, can you get some sneakers for me? Or whatever, just let me know, I'll give you the money, whatever the case may be. This motherfucker always got a ticket for just her, or like, it's like some limit or something. Like, I don't even understand the whole sneaker culture, okay?
Yeah.
Then she'll tell me 2 days later the sneakers are $600. Like, damn, sis, you told me there was 200 and something the other day. Now they're 600. Like, it took a while for me to understand that whole
Yeah.
concept, because I wear combat boots and flip flops. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what I do. I
Yeah.
wear combat boots and flip flops. That is my uniform. In the summertimes, I wear flip flops, and in the fall and the winter, I wear combat boots. That is it. Sneakers are, somebody got me a pair of sneakers, or it's like we're in the store. It's like, bitch, buy these. You need to like that's it. I be wanting to have the cool stuff. I think I had a pair of fucking Fly Jordans one good time when I battled E Hart. Some Jordans that came out the day before.
Yeah.
Bro, remember I told you I was mad proud of myself, right? I was.
You have some.
My sneakers was lit. I only knew reason why I knew my sneakers was lit because when I got to the event, C3 had the same sneakers on. I fucking almost jumped out the fucking door.
Wow.
She always has the popping sneakers. She always knows what's up. She's the one who told me to be careful about certain custom. She's like, nah, because niggas gonna think your shit's bootleg. Don't do that. Get those, but don't do that. But don't do like she's very. she's in the life. So yeah.
I saw you with the Puma Classic on in the battle with when you was with Bonnie. I saw you. They were clean.
See, let me tell you something. I got those because I was just like, I was over my outfit and I was pissed, and they was like fucking $50.
Yeah, but they were
See, I
clean.
got those.
They were clean though.
Thank you. See, I didn't even know like they was like I looked at them like, you know what? We was in the store and I'm like, I was so annoyed with the material of our fucking outfits. I wanted to die. Bonnie had drew those fucking outfits up and sent me sketches of them on Facebook Messenger. The material was supposed to be a spandex. When we got them, they were some kind of thick polyester. We looked like Teletubbies when we put them on. So when we was buying sneakers,
Sliding down your crotch. Yeah,
I looked and I was just
I
like,
could tell your vision was your vision was a lot better than how it came.
Those are, and then I feel like my foot's kind of big. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got a big foot, so I don't like wearing big bulky sneakers or nothing like that. So I'm like, okay, this Puma's good. Like I'm good. Like it's true to size. Like I can. That's it. That's what that was about. So I'm glad I made the right decision there. I promise you, I was over the fucking whole event. My weave, I tried to color it blue. The shit started staticking. Niggas started saying I wear dry weaves after that.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
Now I got dry weaves all the time.
Oh, that is
When my nigga wore those Jordans to that battle, boy, I banged her line so fast.
I was mad happy. I was mad happy. I swear on God. I'm like, when I came to the event and I see 3 had the same sneakers on, I was like, oh shit. This bitch always has the flyest sneakers on at the event. She always has, always. She always knows what's going on with the sneakers. I'm like, Sillies, I want those sneakers. I'm like, what are those? I'm like, I love those sneakers. She's like, these are the Bread 11s. I'm like, I want those. I was in love with those sneakers. And then I think they're 12s. The other ones. Wait. I don't know the numbers. Sorry, sneakerheads.
right. We waiting. We trying to have your back.
I don't know.
You know, I was just waiting for you to say a name so I could try to help you out. I was going.
It's the white ones that have the mountain on the side. I think they're 12s.
That's
exactly 12.
Yeah. Those are 12s?
Yeah.
They had like a white and pink one and a white and blue one.
Yep.
Always never got those either.
Come on, 40. We're gonna have to get you together. You know, you got a clothing line on it.
Like classics over fly. How does that
work? What'd you say?
Let's say if I went and bought those 12s tomorrow, if I got them, right?
Yeah.
If people see me with them on, I think I'm like, oh shit, those are classics, those are fly. I think I'm like, damn, bitch, those Jordans are old as fuck. Like, how does that
Nah. If you bought them tomorrow and you wore them, they would be like, yo, she got some serious heat on.
If they sneakerheads, though. If they sneakerheads.
Yeah.
People that don't care.
It depends. It depends on what size you wear, and then like where you get them from.
I have a big foot. I don't have time.
For the taxis, it's gonna be a few $100s for the taxis.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Few hundred, not a couple, a few.
For that shoe, yes.
Yeah.
What about the breads? What about the Bread 11s?
Ooh, and your skirt.
No, after the last dance right now.
All right, so I wear 7 in Jordans. I noticed that, like, I wear 7 because I have like a big foot. I wear 7 in Jordans.
You wear
7 women's? 7 women's or men's?
Stop saying that. I don't want to say it on here. All right. Now I don't want no 7. If I wore 7 in women's, then that would be a cute little like 4 or 5 in
right.
or something. Hell no. I wish.
Yeah, 7 in men's.
I got a fucking donkey foot. Yeah. So now what?
That's an expensive size. So you're gonna come out of your money, your pocket.
Yeah, 7 is right? The money size. Yeah.
Expensive size because it's rare. They don't make a lot of 7.
Yeah.
So.
What if I get a 6.5 and my shit be in my foot like this?
Some people do that so they can get a.
Hey, not with no 11 though, boy. You gonna see every knuckle in that patent leather.
We'll have to take the insole out of that thing.
Yo.
No, I can't.
You went to the fashion game now, man. You gotta, think about it. You got your clothing line and stuff going now. Consider it.
I need some of those. I need some of those. Those are the only 2 Jordans that I want.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2,
Yo,
like the 12 and the 11s. There was some. My friend had these nice ass like green and black. I think he said they were 1s or were they 2s? I think they were 1s.
they probably were ones. I bet you. Yeah,
I think they were
yep. It
1s.
was.
They was like a forest green and black. They were really
Yep.
nice.
Yeah, they just came out not beginning of them towards the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really nice. I like those ones. So you said those are 1s?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look something like that, but they didn't have red laces though.
I just
They
threw the red
came.
laces in there.
Yeah, they came with red laces, but they came with red, black, and green.
He put those in
So
there.
I think
Yeah,
he
he
had
put those
black
in
or
there.
something because I would have noticed red laces. I definitely would have noticed red laces. So, but how much do those cost?
You should be
Depends
able
on the
to.
size.
Huh?
In a size 7, it shouldn't
7?
be that bad. It shouldn't be that bad in a size 7.
Sneakerheads
Yeah,
always say it's not
yeah.
that bad. It'd be like $250. I'm not paying that much for sneakers when my fucking flip flops at fucking $70, $60. I'm not. Just
The
I
time.
would just wear Bobos. or wear like shit like classic sneakers that I can't go wrong with because that's too much money.
You wear Air Force Ones though.
Air Force Ones are a classic sneaker you can wear with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not $200 and something.
That's so the
That's a
fact.
fact. That's a fact.
Facts now.
You get a nice pair of whites, a nice pair of blacks, like you're fucking in the game, right?
Not the black. No.
Whether or not it's the white or I've seen the blacks with the gum bottoms. I like those. Those are sexy. I like those.
You can get away with black with a gum bottom. You can
But
get
not
away
the
with
all
that.
black ones. No.
I like that.
But not all black
Those are
though.
nice.
Yeah, not
The
all
low
black.
top, those
You
are
want the
nice.
high one?
And I like those.
No,
Nah.
you
don't like
can't.
those?
No, not the all black
Yes,
can't-
ones.
no.
You can't do that. You
Yeah,
can't.
You can't do that.
You want French fry duty at McDonald's with those
Or
on.
you gonna hit a lick. You wear the black ones, the lows or the highs, you're gonna hit a lick.
You on the fries this shift. 40.
So those are
Stick
gangbanging
to these.
sneakers?
Just stick to these. Just stick to these. And you good.
Let me ask you a question. If you wear those black sneakers, are you gangbanging?
Depends on what you get. Or you on fries.
I'm
Or
fucking
you
my son up.
robbing.
I'm fucking my son up. Why?
You robbing. You robbing.
Why? I'm fucking my son up. I'm fucking my son up because he wants some black forces.
Nah, he can't
Nigga,
do
what?
that. He can't do that. No. He begging to get talked about.
Me personally, I don't think that's what it means. That's an era. That was an era. That's not.
Look,
I don't
he's
think
gangbanging.
I don't think that's still like a current thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say the
fucking my kid up.
gangbanging,
Thanks,
but
y'all.
the
Shout out to
perception.
y'all. I'm fucking my kid up. I'm fucking
No,
my
that
kid
ain't
up.
it. That ain't what's happening. No, ignore them. That's not what's happening. Ignore them.
That's not with the gangbanging, but the
Fuck you,
perception
I'm black
of
Air
people
Forces,
getting robbed.
doodles.
Hey, any more questions though before we close it out though? Y'all
I
got
have
any
one
more?
more question.
Go ahead, V.
So what do we have upcoming for 40 bars? What can we expect from 40 bars?
Is this live right now? Are you guys gonna like reproduce this or like how does this
No,
work?
it's live right now. Yeah, it's live. We've been live the whole time.
Been live.
I figured that, but are you guys gonna like are you guys gonna re-put it out again or something like whatever?
Once it's live, it's out there. It's gonna be out there.
It's already out
I
there.
have an announcement, but I can't I wanted you guys to be the exclusive, but I thought my paperwork was gonna be done today, so I can't even give you guys the exclusive. So I was gonna say it in hopes that possibly like you can let it go in a couple days. That's why I was asking that all stupid.
It's live right now, but I mean, you can holler at me in a couple days though.
I have a really dope situation that's going on, and maybe if you guys will have me back next week, I'll be able to talk to you guys about it. And I'm about to have like a dope situation, like as far as like a podcasting show. You know what I mean? It's called We'd Like to Know.
I'm ready for it. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'll show up for it.
All kind of things.
That'd be dope.
So,
We most definitely can talk about that in a couple days.
Yeah,
yeah, you're ready.
absolutely.
You're ready.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, we can talk about that in a couple days.
I'll be able to give you guys more details. I just haven't. The ink's not dry, so I don't. I
Yeah,
just want
yeah,
to make
yeah.
sure.
Don't do that. Don't do that if it ain't dry yet. You know
Yeah.
my motto. You know my
Right.
motto.
But yeah, I have a couple of freestyles that I'm about to drop within the next couple days or whatever. I have a major single called "Give It to You" that should look for. I am going to be a judge on Ultimate Madness on caffeine for Smack.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I have going on, and yeah, I'm just working business as usual. Yeah.
Dope.
That's awesome.
Dope.
That's awesome. You deserve all of that. So I mean,
No, that's a fact.
you out here killing it. You know, the type of output that you
Thank
have, you should definitely get many opportunities coming your way. So that's the way this is supposed to work, at least.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You know. So yeah,
Thank you.
of course.
that's a fact. Anything else, Q, before we close it out or anything?
That's it for me. Like I said, I was super excited to have you. It was definitely a treat just to hear you talk your shit. That was
Thanks for
dope.
having me.
I'm a nerd about this type of stuff, so I was trying not to look like a nerd. I was trying to be cool in this moment with you. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I love nerds. I'm a nerd. I've become a cooler nerd along the years, but nah, I love it. The vibes are super dope. I'm glad y'all had me. I'm sorry it took this long because I was supposed to have been on this show. But don't y'all like my
My
hair?
nigga.
It's cute, right? Like I,
Yeah,
I love it. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, man, I was together. I didn't want to come on here and just be like, who? I did an interview the other day and I looked like the crypt keeper. So that was like.
Hey, now 40 told she been told me she was like, we was talking about a couple weeks ago when I had brought it back up, and I was
Yes.
like, yo, my nigga, you playing around. I said, my nigga, you playing around. And she was like, yo, no, bro, I'm telling you, it ain't like that. Man, my hair is hard up right now. And I was like, all right,
Bro.
cool, cool. She was like, hey, once I get it together, she was like, you just got to give me a minute. You know what I'm saying? And then we set a date after she had, she was like, yo, I'm good now. I just needed a couple days. And then we set this date for the day, man. So yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it for a minute, but we finally
Finally
got it
made it
together.
happen.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad you was
exactly.
patient. You already know, bro. It's nothing but love. I'm glad you was patient because I was supposed to be come on here. You already know what time it
Yeah.
is. You know the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
I'm trying to step my artistry up. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I
Yeah.
was together when I came. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And plus, I mean, it's like, this ain't nothing new. Like, I mean, me and 40, we've been tight for a minute. We've been tight for years. Like, I know her mental process. It ain't like she said though, like everything takes a minute with her. It ain't nothing like, oh yeah, I can just go outside for an hour, write a whole new freestyle, and then go in there and battle. Like that ain't
This is a whole work in progress.
so I know the method to the madness when it comes to 40. It's been a minute. So nah, most definitely I appreciate you coming through this week. It's been a long
Yeah.
time coming. BX, you got anything before, what I'm saying, I close it out and I do my spiel?
Negative, not right now. No, I got my Brian Gumble on. Everybody saying in the chat, asked questions that I had written down. But it was a pleasure. You know, I wish nothing but the moon and the stars for you in your career and everything you got going on. And I appreciate you being on here with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Likewise. I appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. I like that ass. Y'all super dope, gracious host. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Much
Man,
success to your platform and everything like that. Y'all can have me back. I'd love to come back. You know what I'm saying?
that's a
Appreciate
fact. That's a fact. Well, 40, man, you know what it is, man. Like I was about to say, closing it out. Me and 40 been tight for a minute now. She came through. I appreciate it. Man, can't wait to see you. You know what I'm saying? Get busy in another new battle. You owe me money. You know what I'm saying? So I
Slump
need, I
Champ.
need.
Yeah.
Hey, but on the flip side though, man, yeah, she really done hooked me up about the years on them W's that she took. So I really ain't mad. We didn't have that conversation. I really ain't mad. But man, I'm a huge supporter, and that's vice versa. You know what I'm saying? She's been a huge supporter of the brand, of the company. You know what I'm saying? From early days, to be honest with you, from early days before we really didn't even know each other like that. You know what I'm saying? She really showed love. And man, and I've always been a fan since day one. and she's always we always been tight. Like it ain't never been like on no man who whatever like that. It's always been like
Put me
this.
on with Kwame. Tell him you put me on with
Man,
Kwame.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
yeah. That was
yeah.
early days.
Like
That was early days.
got me some beats from a legend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like super, super dope.
Yeah, I got her beats from Kwame, and that was nothing, man. Like that, it was just we was cool like that, and I linked them together. And I was just talking to he gonna flip when I tell you when I tell him I had you on, cause he was supposed to come on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He was supposed to come on 2 weeks ago, but then my father passed away, so I had to reschedule. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so he's coming on pretty soon here. So he gonna flip when I tell him like, yo, I had 40 on. He gonna be like, man, I should have been on that same episode. So we still gonna get that together,
For my
but
condolences, we gotta call me when this is over.
I got you for sure. So anyway, man, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you coming through tonight, 40, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Appreciate everybody coming through, watching tonight. A little bit under the 2 hour mark. But y'all know what it is every Tuesday night, 7:30 Central. We get busy. Yo, like Q said in her story, like we giving y'all content that ain't nobody giving y'all out here. All right. We've been getting busy all summer. You can't tell me y'all been getting content like this from anybody else. And now I'm talking that. All right. You ain't been getting it. You ain't been getting it. All right. From having 40 on the
Hey,
night, we done had plenty of people on that. Y'all was like, yo, I can't believe it. I can't. And every week, BX is amazed about who I have come on here. All right. So stop playing.
Right.
Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like, hit that comments, do all that good blah, blah, blah. Y'all know what it is, man. Because every week we come in with some bangers. No pause. All right.
You see right there, he just put on a pair of all black Air Force One lows when he started talking right there.
Yo, I had to pull out the Nick Jr., all right?
mother fuck my kid up because of y'all.
Hey, but I'm gonna close it out, man. Hey, 40, I'm finna hit you in a second, and I appreciate you coming through tonight, man. BX, y'all know what it is. Q, y'all know what it is, man. I'll see y'all next Tuesday,
You already-
people. Like, comment, and subscribe, man, and we out of here. Oh, shout out to everybody on Facebook too. Shout out to everybody on Facebook.
BARRS.